Hey, what if I tell you that once you improve in these three areas, you will be closer to accomplishing your goals? I think when it comes to accomplishing your goals, many people focus on the physical aspect, which is work harder, continue to work. And while that is a part of the equation, a lot of times people end up neglecting the mental aspect or the strategic aspect that comes with accomplishing your goals. And so you see a lot of people that work hard but still don't have a lot to show for it because they have not strategically or mentally came up or improved in specific areas for them to be able to accomplish said things. And so in this video, I want to talk about three areas that you can improve in to get you one step closer to your goals. And so one of the areas that I want to talk about that most people kind of overlook is focus. And I'm not talking about like a minute focus. I'm talking about being strategically focused on a specific goal or a specific task, being so dialed in that you don't have any other thoughts for it not to work. And so one of the things that I have here is focus is the skill to consistently give interest or attention to a specific area or subject. And I think what a lot of people miss when it comes to focus is that they only focus on one part. They only focus on the physical. They focus on going to work. They focus on saving money. They focus on other aspects of accomplishing their goals physically, but they don't really focus on what it takes mentally, what it takes strategically. They also need to focus on what it takes strategically for them to be able to accomplish it. They need to focus on how long is this going to take. They need to focus on, do they have the power, the willpower to be able to endure this? Do they have enough endurance to be able to focus this long? Are they willing to go through whatever the situation or circumstance is? While a lot of people focus on the physical to obtain the money to be able to do whatever it is, many people neglect the mental and the strategic that comes with the mental and the strategic focus that comes with accomplishing your dreams, your goals, and your vision. And so one of the things that I wrote here, it says there are many times where people abandon their goals, their visions, and their dreams, not because they were not capable of accomplishing them, but because their focus drifted. They went from saying, you know what, I'm going to go to school to obtain a degree in and become a dentist. And in the process of that, they started out the process very well. As time went on, their focus drifted or shifted from becoming a dentist and obtaining that degree into saying, you know what, I need to figure out a way to make money fast. So they decide to abandon that goal, that vision and dream that they had in the beginning to go get a job to obtain the money for the new goal, the dream, and the vision. And most of the time, people are completely capable of accomplishing whatever goal, vision, and dream that they have. But once the focus shifts, it becomes extremely hard for you to maintain. It becomes hard for you to continue to stay the course because your focus is no longer there. And I've seen a lot of people abandon their goals, visions, and dreams because their focus shifted. And it actually set them back, or they were more frustrated with themselves because they say, you know what, I should have stayed focused. I should have stayed on this course. I should have kept going. And so that's one of the things that to get closer to accomplishing your goals is something that you're going to have to learn, which is the skill of focus, the art of focus. And so that's something that people need to understand. Another one is knowledge. And so when it comes to knowledge, most people just think learning and studying and figuring out the best way that you can to acquire as much information about a specific skill in a specific topic. While that is part of the thing that I have written down here and what I'm going to talk about, one of the things that I want people to focus in on is the way that I word this. It says the ability to learn correct and quality information about the area and subject that you desire to accomplish. And so the reason that it's worded that way is because you have to understand that it's not just about learning a lot of information. It's about learning the correct and quality information. Because there are a lot of people who learn information, but they don't learn the right information. And what that does is that it actually sets them back, because now they have to go undo all of the stuff that they did based on that wrong information. So when you learn the correct information, what it does is prevent you from going in the right direction the wrong way. And so I think it's important for you to learn the correct information, the correct knowledge about a specific topic in a specific area, so that you will be able to, so that you will not waste time, or you will not set yourself back undoing all the things that you should not have done or didn't have to go through because you learned the wrong information. And another thing that I say here is quality. So when it comes to quality information, the reason that learning quality information is important is because when you learn quality information, it helps you go further faster. So it is important to understand that when you have a mentor, or when you are in a specific subject that is run by someone who is in that same field, or you're doing an apprenticeship and internship with someone and they're very good at what they do, you will be able to learn what they know at that stage of their life. You'll be able to also learn the things that they shouldn't have done. And what that does is that it gives you speed to be able to get to a destination or a specific place faster than they did, faster than you would have gotten there if you would have just did it on your own, or if you would have studied under somebody who was not giving you quality information. And so I think it's important that when you are obtaining knowledge, understanding that obtaining knowledge isn't what you should just be going after. You should be going after the correct knowledge and quality knowledge. And to identify that is the person that you are getting the knowledge and information from, do they actually apply? Can they actually show receipts of, and are they actually doing these specific things in their life? Can they show you where and how they applied the correct information, the correct knowledge, and this quality knowledge to be able to obtain these things that you want and these things that you desire? Don't just go for following. Don't go for platform. Don't just go for somebody who just has a lot of money or flaunts a lot of money. Actually go for correct and go for quality knowledge and information. And so one of the other things that I have here, and this is my last point, is discipline. And this is one that I think is the most important, because without the discipline, you will not be able to focus and you will not pursue the knowledge. And so once you obtain the discipline, it makes it easier for the other two qualities, the other two areas. It makes it easier for you to improve in them. And so the thing that I have for discipline is the trait to maintain the trait to be able to maintain consistency during inconvenient times. This is something where we all in life experience inconvenience. We all experience unfavorable situations and circumstances. We all go through things that we sometimes don't see coming, whether that's a death in the family, whether that's car messing up, whether that's being kicked out of school, whatever the situation is, not having enough money to pay for a specific bill. So we all have inconveniences in life. The thing that separates successful people from average people, or people who are just baseline and not achieving success or having a hard time achieving success, is that with successful people, they do not allow their inconveniences to prevent them from accomplishing a goal. They look at the inconvenience and they figure out a plan to redirect them around the inconvenience so that they are able to still accomplish the goal. And so a lot of times we are idolizing somebody that's successful, not understanding that successful people understand that it's not that they'll never face inconvenience. It's how they navigate the inconvenience that allows them to continue to accomplish whatever goal it is. And so when it comes to discipline, it is the trait to be able to maintain consistency in the face of during inconvenient times. And it's not if you'll face inconvenient times, it's when you'll face inconvenient times. And so if you're able to maintain your consistency, whether it is in finances, whether it is in your marriage, whether it is with your health, whether it is at your job, whatever that situation with yourself, whatever that situation or circumstance is, being able to maintain discipline in those times is what will allow you to get one step closer to accomplishing your goals. And so many times people will allow these three areas to go neglected because they're so focused on one area, which is work hard. And it is good that you work hard, but it is also important that you work strategic, that you work smart, and that you also have the personal development to be able to achieve your said goals and dreams and visions. And I think once you understand that it is not just one-sided, that it's also a physical attribute and a mental attribute, that it will be a lot easier for people to accomplish their goals. So I hope this video helped you. If it does, leave a comment down below, share it with somebody, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.